Oh man, here we go. Here we go. It's Wednesday. One of the biggest earnings out there with Tesla, Intel, Whirlpool, ServiceNow, Las Vegas Sands, I think. Seagate coming out today. Oh my gosh. It's gonna be crazy. I feel like Tesla is gonna make or break the market today. But let's see what Intel says. Wow, look at Intel, another great earnings and flopping again. How are you so good at flopping, Intel? Why are you guys so good at this? Intel earnings per share is $1.09. The estimate of 90 cents. Sales is $19.5 billion as opposed to 18.32. Great beat, top and bottom. Actually, I don't mind it, man. Drop it, Intel. Drop it. I actually want to. I actually would love to pick up Intel up around here. We knew over here was pretty high, 68. And it was getting pretty crazy at 55 over here. I would love to see it come back down to the 43 area. I would load up again. We got that load up 4 times last year, man. Not even last year, but in the last few years. So we got it here. This happened in 2020, happened again in 2021, and I actually load up position both times because I'm a perma bull on Intel. Yo, what's up, RB Nickel? Jawa. Len, welcome back. What's up, Fiat World? DJ. They're talking of a big announcement from Jerome Powell tomorrow. It could be a booster or pull it all down. Scam artist Jerome Powell. We could check the interest rate thing later. I got you guys. What's up, CG2K? So that's the guidance. Let's see the guidance on Intel. Intel says earnings per share is 80 cents as opposed to 86 cents. Sales is 18.3 billion as opposed to 17.62. But I feel like they're always sacking the guidance though. They're always like throwing really crappy guidance. Yo, what's up, Cup of Magic? Can we discuss by chance Intel? I got some shares trying to buy the dip if it gets nasty. Same. Your boy here is trying to get some shares too. I'm actually praying that they get to $43 at some point or another, because we all know what they're doing. I mean, look at this. This is like when Tesla released those pictures. Remember when we man, we never really enjoyed looking at pictures of Earth until Tesla started showing us these pictures of landscapes and stuff, and be like, look at this big piece of land. We're gonna build a factory here, boys. Let's go. And everybody's like, oh, look at this big piece of land. So sexy. Look at all these greens, man. Look at this little field, so sexy. Look at these possible solar panels that could be put in there. These little roads, maybe some cattle over here. Damn, Tesla reported it? Let's go. I mean, did we not know Tesla was going to beat earnings, though? Did we not know? Hey. I don't see it. Where are you guys getting the numbers? Where are you guys getting the numbers? Why doesn't Bazinga have the numbers? Oh my god. They want us to go to the Zoom meeting. I'm still waiting for the numbers. Where you guys getting the numbers, man? I don't see no numbers. I checked on the website, there was no numbers. Oh god. Damn, we got scammed today. Yeah, they're supposed to post it on the website, but I don't even see it on the website, honestly. So look. So usually when Tesla posts the numbers, right? It's over here, right? And you'll post it. It'll post like the deck and shit. But even the SEC filing isn't posted. So this is gonna come out 4:30 Central Time, 5:30 Eastern Time. All right, we're getting some numbers here. So Tesla Q4 earnings per share is 254 as opposed to 226. Sales is 17.72 billion as opposed to 16.35. Really great numbers, 270% increase compared to the same period last year. And 64% increase in sales compared to last year. Crazy numbers, crazy digits. Wow, actually Tesla is trading at a pretty similar price compared to last year's. 2-year basis though, a like 9x growth. 9x growth on a 2-year basis. But then that might not even be fair. You know, we gotta consider the highs. 2-year basis was the lows. But let's look at $200 to $1,000. That's a 5x growth in 2 years. So Tesla says it plans to grow manufacturing capacity as quickly as possible. We plan to grow manufacturing capability or capacity as soon as possible over a multi-year horizon. We expect to achieve 50% average annual growth in vehicle deliveries. The rate of growth will depend on our equipment capacity, operational efficiency, and the capacity and stability of the supply chains. Our own factory. Now, those are some keywords that he says there. He says the rate of growth. You know, so we'll depend on these things. Now, keep in mind, he used to just say, "We're gonna do it. We're gonna make it happen." Now he's like, "Oh, it's gonna be dependent on these other external factors." So those are some big keywords there too. Our own factory has been running below capacity for several quarters as supply chains became the main limiting factor, which is likely to continue through 2022. Uh-oh. But Tesla is priced for a it's priced for like a $120 move, $60 on each side. Tesla says company has sufficient liquidity to fund product roadmap, long-term capacity expansion plans, and other expenses. They do have a lot of cash on balance. Total asset to long-term debt is pretty low, so they could borrow money. The company did achieve profitability. Debt to equity is pretty low. Die, Las Vegas Sam. So they said later on they expect to see profit get driven from software side. Tesla reported Q4 production of 305 and delivery of 308. I don't know how they always deliver more than they produce. Somebody told me a while back that one of the hacks that Tesla used to hack these delivery numbers over production is that they would count the recalls as like delivery numbers of new cars or something, or just total delivery. So like if something happened with the car and they get a recall and the car goes back and they have to send it out again, they say they count the delivery a second time apparently. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Or that person could be wrong. It was just what they told me. Tesla $40. It's actually not that bad. 5% move is actually not that bad. It's still like not moving as much as the price has predicted. Tesla curving back up, getting back to close 890, but yeah, we'll see. I think the guidance is gonna be major key here, depending on what they release and say. So probably see that around 430. I think. Las Vegas Sand also reported. I think one of Guru's favorite companies. What are they saying? Earnings per share is negative 22 cents as well as a negative 25. So lower number on the negative side is actually good. That means they lost less money, but still taking losses. Sales is 1.01 billion as well as 1.05. So this is a 40% increase compared to the loss of negative 37 cents. An 11% decrease in sales from the same period last year. How? How? Maybe because people ran out of money to gamble. Tesla making planes? What happened with Tesla making trains? Actually, you know what? Why not make planes? Why not? Is it pandemic-related travel restrictions and reduced visitation continue to impact? Continue to generate positive adjusted property EBITDA in Macau and Singapore. They're putting a lot of money into Macau and Singapore, apparently. So March 2021, they sold their properties, and they're expecting that to close next quarter. So that might be good for the company. They're going to get a lot of cash infusion from that. I think they're going to focus on overseas now. Yeah, they could use that cash infusion. A lot of long-term debt and liability. See what else reported. It's timing issue with deliveries and production from prior quarters. Tesla rockets to supersonic planes. I mean, why not, right? They're making rockets. Yeah, why not? It should be possible. Disposable planes. Let's make some disposable planes. Actually, the whole point of Tesla making rockets was to reduce the waste on it and recycle the rockets, if I remember correctly. Qualtrics also reported, let's see, up $1.4 after hours. Compared to a year ago, the company was trading almost $50 around IPO, or when they split the company up. Earnings per share is -2 cents. Oh no, that's guidance. Where's the EPS? EPS is here. Earnings per share is -7 cents as opposed to -2 cents. Sales is 316 as opposed to 297. And the guidance wasn't that great either. So guidance is pretty meh. Sales is still gonna be doing good. Full year guidance is gonna be around that same area. So I don't know what that means. I mean, they're gonna be some losing quarters and some positive quarters. While sales is gonna be at $1.4 billion as opposed to 1.3. So still struggling to make profitability. It's like this is like a stats company. Data analysis. Year-over-year growth looks good, 41%. Subscription growth was good, 51%. Continue to get more performance obligations. They also crossed the 1 billion revenue milestone. They're making so much money, but how come they have such a struggle? Why they have such a struggle hitting profitability? Net loss is only going bigger and bigger. Just lost a buttload of money. Lost like 3x the money. Probably due to compensation. So 3x the money was lost from last year to this year. So assume like company was trading at $40. 1/3 of that $40 would be like 13. So maybe we still have room to go on this. It's interesting. Tesla back to 920. Let's see. Oh man, Tesla killing everybody here today. It's chopping all the holders. Oh. Yeah, I think it's gonna be like kind of like Microsoft yesterday, where they're gonna wait for the earnings call and see what they said during that time, because we still don't have guidance. That's what's holding it back too. Like we know they were gonna beat, like all these data that came out right now. We have all these data. Honestly, the only data we don't have, like we have the delivery data. The only data we didn't have was the revenue data, right? We don't know what like what type of cars and how much cars they sold and stuff like that. But we knew they exceeded the delivery estimate by a lot. That was something that came out earlier in the month, and that was what drove them to $1,200 or 1,240 or something on Tesla. So a lot of these data we knew and it's somewhat priced in, but at the same time, the valuation is in trouble and it's trying to come back to reasonable value to a certain extent. And at the same time, earnings per share was having really good 217 increase, while sales was only a 64% increase. So they used to be doing like 100% year over year. So that's starting to slow down a little bit. Let's check out Lending Club. It looks like they dropped a lot. Online lending marketplace. I remember one of you guys said you guys used Lending Club before. Earnings per share is 27 cents as opposed to 22 cents. Sales is 262 million as opposed to 245 million. This is 200% increase compared to the same period last year. And 245% increase in sale compared to last year. Wow. What was the stock trading at last year? Oh, stock was trading at $10 last year, man. And then it lost. It got crazy. Ran itself aboard to like $50, kind of what all the other companies like. I think they kind of ran together with like UPST, Affirm, and all these other crazy companies, and they just got out of whack, man. All these lending companies, even Rocket Mortgage. So Q1 sales is 255 to 265 million as opposed to 257. So that's pretty decent guidance. Full year 22 is still pretty in line. So they're expecting to still do pretty well. The only thing is they just got way too crazy from their last year's numbers, around $10 mark. Maybe we'll see a buying opportunity, honestly, if it comes any lower. Let me check that chart. Landstar 160. Why did I like it at 160? Oh no. I was supposed to buy this previously, but I messed up. Let's check out Lending Club. Yeah, Lending Club has been running on the last few quarters after good results. This is one of the only few quarters is dropped a little bit, so we might see some buying opportunity if it comes back to maybe like the next support around $15 or maybe 16ish. Yeah, it says this area is supposed to be a pretty good support around the $15 range. On the bigger trends, also looks like a big head and shoulder possibly setting up. That happens. Yeah, the shoulder is kind of reasonable around that 15 range. If anybody is interested in that company. Let's check out some of the other earnings coming out today. Levy. Any chance we see Microsoft at 310 this week? Wow, Deluxe. That's a good question, man. I mean, honestly, I think the chance is definitely there. It's not like we don't have no chance, right? It was like it's not like we have no chance of recovering to 310. It's pretty reasonable. And SFT, let's take a look. Right, 310 is pretty easy over here. I mean, shoot, man, we almost touched 310 today, right? Ideally, we would even touch 317, but at this chance of like at the it really depends on how Tesla is gonna guide. If Tesla has a phenomenal guidance and they should have a phenomenal guidance, by the way, they should, because there's a lot of talk about them having a phenomenal guidance. So if they do have a phenomenal guidance, everybody will be like, yay, go, 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 go. And Microsoft would probably touch 310 because the whole market would be running up. But at the same time, we already have a bearish thesis from the market in terms of interest rate and Daddy Powell. And so we do have pressure leaning to the downside. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say no chance. There's always a little chance, but just not high chance. So let's see. LEVI earnings per share is 37 cents as opposed to 40 cents. Sales is 1.69 as opposed to 1.68. 85% increase compared to last year's, and 21% increase in sales compared to last year. Hey, what do you know? The company is trading at the same price it was trading at last year. Is this a buying opportunity? Who knows? Hey, it was also trading at the same price at IPO at 2. So actually, this is a pretty interesting opportunity. This sector is going to be interesting. The retail sector. They sell pants and a lot of it, pants and jeans. So with Macy and Kohl's running up pretty hard this week, maybe we might see some of these other companies run up a little bit. If market itself altogether does a recovery. So I might put this on. I might put an alert for my watch list. Oh yeah, Verizon and AT&T got hit pretty hard today. They both have decent earnings too. That's the crazy thing. But I think they were still struggling to make profitability or something. So are we already at this $19 area? Feel like it. We'll see. Maybe I go fishing here. Maybe I'll go fishing a little bit lower. So I put an alert, might go fishing. Yeah, we took a look at Intel. They had a good earnings as usual. And they sacked the guidance as usual. No surprise there really. And they dropped a little bit as usual. Actually, they should be dropping more, but they only drop a little bit, so pretty good, I guess. What's up, man? What do you think of Apple earnings? It seemed like tech report it drops, but flow is bullish on Apple. I was looking at Apple today as well. I was checking the flows and stuff. I think Apple is pretty reasonable. I mean, looking at the 1-year price, I think the growth is there a little bit. They're pulling around 33% growth. So 144, I could see them come back. I don't know, man. I think Apple is one of the only few things I'm leaning a little bit bullish. But if I remember last quarter, Apple and Amazon, they both had pretty bad guidance. If I remember correctly, both Apple and Amazon said some bearish things, and I remember Amazon saying the most bearish thing. They said that oh, we're looking to make almost $0 next quarter. I'm like, what? $0? What? You're a big ass company. You're gonna break even next quarter? And they're like, yeah. So I don't think I can set up a play for Apple because I'm expecting it to be either flat or bullish. So it's gonna be tough to set up a play. Usually we would set up, a bearish play or a bullish play. So you can set up a bearish play, it would be 140. Bullish play would be to like 175 or 180, right? So usually we'll do something like that. But I feel like Apple is so scary, man. I don't want to be like, I don't want to set up a bearish play at 140 and then it pulls a Netflix and just like whoosh, just drops to like 120, right? Because I do know Apple's levels, and one of my favorite Apple level was that 123 area. We traded that area for so long that I almost missed that area, man. So what was that? I don't even have it on this chart. I have it on the other chart. But there's like this range over here that was really good, the 122, 123 area. The one thing that is scaring me a little bit is Apple is at the MOB line. So when it's at the MOB line, it's either gonna break it and go down really hard, or it's gonna bounce really nice from it like it did over here. So I know that from Amazon's perspective, Amazon is already broke the MOB line, and when it broke the MOB line, it just like flooded. It flooded so hard. So I'm scared that Apple might do the same thing. Even Tesla did that too. So Tesla broke the MOB line. It dropped pretty hard from there. You know, I thought it was gonna come down here to like the X marked the spot here at this cross at intersection at $800. So this is like the initial idea that I think would be best to see Tesla at the X mark the spot there, and then bounce back up, because that would be value. A lot of people would love that, but you know, Apple didn't. So it's tricky, man, because it's back testing the MOB here. MOB is at 960s. Yeah, yeah, for real, man, for real. Netflix PTSD, for reals. The next ER for Amazon is huge, but then AWS keeps failing customers. I don't know how it'll play out. Doesn't have much technical support till low 2000. Exactly, that's what I'm thinking too. We talked about that yesterday, right? Like, Amazon's so scary. Like, they're already priced in for a bad quarter, so you know we're really like, how bad can it drop, right? But they really have no support. There's no support in this weird range. There's no backup, man. Like like for some reason when they built this building, right? It just went like, it's like when you go to China or Asia in general, and they built a building, but there's no fourth floor. It just go from like third floor to fifth floor. You know, there's like no fourth floor, bro. You're like, what happened to the fourth floor? Like, I know there's one, two, three. Where's the fourth floor? That's what happened to Amazon here. It just like skipped the fourth floor and went to the fifth floor, bro. She Let's check out some of the other earnings. Actually, I think they even do that to hospitals. Like, if you go to Asian doctor's clinic or something, or like an office, they won't have a fourth floor either, man. It's like, even in New York, I've seen that before. Like, what happened to the fourth floor? I know there's a fourth floor. I know how to count numbers, man. STX. Let's check out STX earnings. What is MOB line? The MOB line is when the mobs come in and they like support it. You ever go to like a concert where, let me see, Katy Perry. Let me show you an example of the MOB line, okay? So this is like the MOB line. This is like Katy Perry. Katy Perry is like the stock, right? She jumps on the MOB line, okay? The MOB line is the crowd. It's the mob. And they're like trying to hold you up, hold you together. It's the MOB line. Oh no, you fell under the line. We got you. Bringing you up. Look at it. They're bringing you up. Save it. Don't let it fall below the MOB. Yeah, that's the MOB line, yo. Oh man. That image lives rent free in my head. So STX reported today as well. Damn. I actually did consider that play, but I don't think I set it up. I was expecting it to come back down a little bit too, because if you look at the 1 year mark, the company's growth wasn't crazy enough to sustain it. So 1 year, the company was trading around like 65, and I think they only have like 20% growth, or like 20 to 40% growth. So 65 times 1.2 was 78. 65 times 1 point, let's say 1.5, right? Or 1.4. 65 times 1.4. It's like $90. So I was kind of expecting them to come down a little bit. I thought I set up a play for it, but it's like it moved too weird today. I think it had already started dropping or something. Damn, I don't know why I didn't do it. So yeah, earnings per share is $2.41 as opposed to 2.36. Sales is 3.12 billion as opposed to 3.11. Um, Margins on the EPS side is doing really good, 86% increase compared to the same period last year. And then sales is only an 18% increase compared to the same period last year. So that was that 20% thing I was talking about. If you kind of combine those together and figure out midpoint, it's pretty like far down. So let's see what they said for next quarter. They said Q3 2022 revenue is 2.9, give or take 150 mil, versus 2.92. So even giving or take that 150 mil, that's still going to be below 2.92 estimate. Earnings per share is going to be $2, give or take 20 cents. That's a huge number when we're talking about EPS, right? And as opposed to $2.07. So if they're on the good side, they make that 20 cents. There'll be 220 as opposed to 207. On the bad side, it'd be $1.80 as opposed to 207. So these are some big changes over here. Let's see if they post any like repurchasing agreements or anything. So they purchased some shares last quarter, which is why the stock's been running up so high. Did my screen froze? What's going on here? So yeah, so even at free cash flow growth of 40%, they were still only around worth $90. The calendar year was capped by strong December quarter. Blah, blah, blah. Continue to execute. We expect to build our 2021 performance this calendar year and beyond. Favorable trend support. Wow. Long term, they're expecting 3 to 6% growth only. So revenues. That's pretty much it. There's no other purchasing or stock splits or anything. Those are some stuff I usually like to look for in these reports, but we didn't see that. So I probably won't expect to see it run that much tomorrow, considering that the growth is slowing down and next quarter they're expecting supply chain to really hit them. And we know how supply chain issue is right now, so I don't see how they won't get damaged by that. Let's check out this other semiconductor company. Crow as well, good earnings. Does the MOB line include groping Katy Perry? I mean, I would think of it like buyers coming in with their hands, man. But yeah, it's pretty messed up. Is Apple earning in the morning? I think Apple earnings after hours. Typically, all the big earnings is always after hours. That's where the most excitement is because nobody likes to watch the morning earnings. So Apple was after hours on Thursdays. Usually the hottest stuff is on Wednesday and Thursdays. It's like a show, man. They got to schedule this. What happened to AMD? AMD probably following through with XL and X. So we'll see that. We'll check out that earning real quick. But I don't see AMD moving though. So let's now spy that and hold that 440 level. We're going to double bottom. I'm wondering what will crash the market. Maybe CPI next or then. I would look for that double bottom as well. That would be the best case scenario. Finding that double bottom and holding that area for us to have another bounce back up. I mean, even the after hour action wasn't super bullish. Let's see what the market on close was today. Market on close was $1 billion to the sell side, so we had a lot more selling today than buying. But then again, yesterday we also flipped to the sell side at the end of the day, and then and then came back. But yesterday was only 200 million flipped to the sell side. Today is 1 billion, so it's a big flip. And they sold off today too, so it was pretty much a trap today. Today was a big bull trap. They sold it off. I'll show you the SPY chart in a little bit that we're looking at. Let's check out 2 more earnings for the after hours, and then we'll look at some charts. I got you guys. So Lam Research, Q2 earnings per share is $8.53 as opposed to $8.51. Sales is 4.23 as opposed to 4.41. 41% increase compared to the same period last year, and 22% increase over sales of 3.46. So pretty okay, pretty reasonable numbers. Last year, company was trading around 530, 540s to 490s. I actually feel like this might be kind of cheap. So 540 is supposed to be a pretty good level here. It dropped about 36 after hours. The stock is also extremely high. They probably need to do a split too. Said they deliver a record year. We purchased a little bit of shares, 450 million. Where their revenue are coming from. Guidance is pretty big too. Pretty big gap there. Net income is give or take 75 cents. Wow. Nothing else interesting there. Yeah, they're gonna be pretty below. The guidance is actually pretty weak in earnings per share for Q3. So that's not gonna look that well for them. They could have more to go. XL&X is the company that AMD is acquiring. Earnings per share is $1.29, up from 78 cents year over year. Sales is 1.01 billion, up from 803 million year over year. 65% increase compared to last year, and 25% increase in sales compared to last year. I'm pretty sure this probably moved a lot because of AMD. So let's see, 1.4, 140 times 1.25, puts it around 175. Oh, that's pretty good. It's pretty good value. think. But it's pegged to AMD though, so it's gonna move with that. $26 year-over-year growth. Oh, they gave me a cash dividend. For people that are back holding it. They should do a stock split. It'd be so funny. People wouldn't know what to do. The price would just go all over the place. Oh, Tesla's moving up a little bit after hours now. Is it 4:30 yet? You want to see the SPY trend line? SPY had this other trend line. If you check the 10-minute chart, there's an uptrend trend line, and it flew right under that. So ideally, we'd love to see it come back here to set up the double bottom, because then this would just be a bigger W. You know, it'd just be a big W pattern if they could do that. But that's wishful thinking. I don't know if it would really happen though. They're supposed to talk about the GGPI and Polestar merger that was supposed to happen in a while, but I don't know if they did it. Huh? Did they change? I supposed to merge with Polestar. Well, I mean, that's true. Maybe. I feel like Lisa Su has more power than the other guy. Who's the Nvidia CEO? What's his name again? I just noticed both of them are from Taiwan. But yeah, I think that I think Lisa has a better chance of making the deal happen though. Uncle and niece. Tesla got 1.5 billion increase in cash in Q4 to 17.6 billion. In summary, Tesla said 2021 was a breakthrough year for Tesla. There should no longer be doubt about the visibility and profitability of the electric vehicles. With our delivery up 87% in 2021, we achieved the highest quarterly operating margin among all volume OEMs based on the latest data, demonstrating that EVs can be more profitable than combustion engine vehicles. Additionally, we generated 5.5 billion of GAAP net income and 5 billion of free cash flow in 2021 after spending 6.5 billion to build out new factories and other capital expenditures. After a successful 2021, our focus shifts to the future. We aim to increase our production as quickly as we can, not only through ramping production at new factories in Austin and Berlin, but also by maximizing output from our established factories in Fremont and Shanghai. We believe competitiveness in the EV market will be determined by the ability to add capacity across the supply chain and ramp production. FSD, full self-driving software, remains one of our primary areas of focus. Over time, our software-related profit should accelerate our overall profitability. More importantly, FSD is a key component to improve automobile safety as well as future accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy through higher utilization of our vehicles. While 2021 was the final year for our company, we believe we're just at the very early stage of our journey. Thank you for being part of it. Wow, that was a great statement. I really don't see Elon writing that sometimes, man. Margin's been taking a hit though. No, actually, no, it's opposite. Margin is doing really good. It's going up this way. Total revenue 65% year over year. Automotive revenue 71% year over year. Operating expense increased 50%. Net income 760%. Where's that coming from? Buying Dogecoin? Net cash 50% year over year. Total revenue grew 65% year over year. Growth in delivery and other part of the business. Wow, vehicle deliveries are up like crazy. But not as crazy as it used to be though. Solar, no movement there. Charging stations are actually increasing, and supercharger connectors are increasing, but only at 35%. Are those the supercharger connector that they are selling? If so, why are they selling so little? Does that mean every family is just getting multiple Teslas? Berlin and Texas about to go online. Wow, they said they're at almost 12% operating margins on the cars, on the Tesla cars. Okay, so last year they had about 70% growth, 70 something percent growth. They said they're about to they're looking to achieve 50% annual growth. That means despite all the new factory and everything that's coming out, they don't think they can sustain that major growth that's happening, and they're moving down to only 50% growth. So this is almost like almost kind of like the Netflix story a little bit, where they don't think they're gonna grow as fast as they used to be. And they said in addition to that, it's also gonna depend on, all these other external factors. Oh, this is my favorite part. The pictures. This guy's just chilling. He's gonna get fired by Elon. Elon's like, I expect you to work harder. Or he's just chilling. Yo, that's so cool. They made this machine look like fingers. (2021) was the first time they became profitable. Or 2020, actually. That's pretty much it for Tesla. This is true. This is true. So on a 2-year chart, in 2020, the company was trading around, $100. By 2021, when they achieved profitability, it went from, like 100 to like almost 800, 900. It has such a tremendous growth from there, 900% growth, that it was hard for for them to sustain that throughout the rest of 2021. So they actually didn't move much, and we just had another big pump in November, taking them to 1250. But now they're saying, hey, we can't sustain that crazy growth, because if you guys ever looked at the previous years of Tesla growth, um, like year over year Tesla delivery growth, they used to have these numbers. I don't know if I can find it. Oh, I know where to find. Hopefully they have it here. This site is usually pretty good. Damn. Not this time. Yeah, so Tesla just went, is this right? 500,000 to 900,000. So they're still gonna grow. 500,000 to 900,000, 935 times 1.5. Next year they're looking at 1.4, right? So it's still gonna grow steadily, but when you saw the stock price increase, but over here you didn't see a 9-time or a 5x increase, that's where there's a big gap. So as this, and then especially since they're growing like almost 100% here from 499 to 935, or Tesla said they only grew 70%. You're gonna see them slow down, so to 1.5, and then maybe next year, how they're gonna grow from 1.5, right? It's gonna be harder and harder. And the stock market is always future looking, so if the Tesla trend is gonna start bucking from like here to here to here to here to here, eventually the growth is gonna be stagnant, and then it could potentially come back down. Because nobody want to invest in a company that isn't forward looking, like that isn't like doing crazy thing anymore. But we trust Elon. He will come. He'll make something crazy happen, hopefully. But I think that's pretty much it for today. Oh shoot, Bitcoin is dying again. Let me see what else is going on in the market. Bitcoin back tested that big area that it broke last time around that 38,000, coming back down to 36 again. Bottom of the trend line. Maybe we'll get down to here. I don't think there's going to be any moves on Tesla until tomorrow. We'll see. We'll probably see how the analyst reacts to it, how Wall Street thinks, and if they like it, they will probably upgrade the price, and you'll know that's a buy the dip. STNE, probably wouldn't be buying anytime soon. The next buying area. I mean, I did buy some twice already. So I think we bought some around 30s, and then we bought some around 20s. I wouldn't maybe add a small position here, but I don't think the drop is over yet, because they're still trying to recover in Brazil and things like that. We really have to see what the worst of the recovery is going to be like. But I still believe the stock long term. I still think it's going to be doing good long term. SGH posted the buying levels last time, I think. So I think I said the only area we would be looking to buy is somewhere around here, 55 or 52 or something. Yeah, right here. So 52, and then maybe 48 on the trend line. The stock split is soon. If you're holding it, I think you're okay, because I wouldn't even look to average down too much because we're still uncertain which way the direction the market is going. If you think the market is going to go very well, then you know this would be the bottom reversal, right? It looks like it's setting up a reversal here, but if the market doesn't go well, this could potentially break and come back to that 48. That's where I would probably add. Is there any broker for short selling for Canadians? What's up, Sammy? I think Interactive Broker IBKR is pretty good for short selling. So if you don't have that yet, check that out. They're usually pretty good with borrow shares and things like that. Give me a referral link. Let me know. I'll hook you up with one. Oh yeah, speaking of referral links, any of you guys getting the VR? If anybody is getting the Oculus VR, trying to get some games, being cheap here. So here's the VR code. If you add this to your referral, if you click this link and click the link before you buy the Oculus, then we'll both get $30 to spend on a game. Oh, they can't locate the low floats for you? I don't know. That's hard, man. I know I know in America here in the States, the best broker for shorting is in my opinion is Xtrades, because they always have low floats available for me. Always. Like they don't you don't even have to you don't even have to call them. They just either have it or they don't have it. Got a little bit of crossover on SPY here as well. On the half-day chart, RSI crossover, rejection there. Same rejection here. NQ as well. A lot of things looks like it's kind of rejected today, and we might get that double bottom test. Dow Industrials. Even oil looking exhausted. Gold got smacked as well. Dollar index had a strong move today, because the talk was pretty hawkish. Hey, what's up, Major Hawk? Well, that's pretty much it here. I'm gonna end it here. Have a good night, guys. We'll be back here tomorrow. We'll take a look at McDonald's, Apple, Visa, Western Digitals. Got Robinhood tomorrow. Ooh, wonder what's in store for Robinhood. That's gonna be interesting, man. Other than that, thanks for stopping by, guys, and have a good night.